Hey everybody, it's Shit Talk Reviews. Welcome for a podcast quickie. I'm John. In the room with me, Derek and
David. Let's do it.
It's good to see you. We're jumping in for a quickie because Ministry dropped a new track on us last night. I believe it was last night, was it not, Derek?
It was last night. Yep.
And it's a good one. So we wanted to talk about it. It's called Just Stop Oil.
Yeah.
We'd be lying if we said it wasn't a perhaps environmentally and politically motivated track, but
no question.
Yeah. And this is on the heels of Goddamn White Trash, which we won't get into on this podcast. I have a feeling we're probably going to end up doing a podcast for the full hopium for the masses, and that is due some point this year. But for today, we're going to talk about Just Stop Oil, politically driven, sounds like a classic Ministry track.
It does.
Yes,
it does. And just like the last podcast quickie we did for Judas Priest's Panic Attack, none of us have listened to it more than 2 or 3 times today. So it dropped, we listened to it, and here we are.
Yeah. Amazing thing about Ministry is they've been around forever, right? I mean, since the early 80s. So,
yeah.
And they're such a tumultuous band. They've had more turnover than you could, between turnover and the touring musicians. I don't know how the hell these guys keep up, but they have so much going on, and but it's a great song. I mean,
the turnover in Ministry doesn't surprise me much because we know that Al Jorgensen is the brain trust and the driving force behind it. And I think in outfits like Ministry and guys like Al Jorgensen, they're going to get whoever they need,
right?
That fits the vision and can deliver what is in their heads.
But even with Jorgensen, he left the band and came back. So he was, Derek might know more than I do about him. He was gone for quite a bit, and they still keep it going. He's back, but
in the end of the day, Al Jorgensen is the godfather of industrial, and there's just no disputing that.
Right.
A Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste is a classic, and it's something that I listened to. First time I heard it, fell in love with it, haven't stopped listening to it. I love Psalm 69. I think that record is an absolute beast, and Jesus Built My Hot Rod is a cool ass song. In the end of the day, he's been consistently putting out good music with Ministry. He's been in a number of other spin-offs, Revolting Cocks, a few other bands that are out there. But in the end of the day, he has been consistent, and we say this all the time in this podcast. Slayer, consistent. Ministry has been consistent with their sound.
Avenged Sevenfold.
Avenged Sevenfold, not so much. That was a painful experience that still hurts to think about. But this song it took me and John back, and we'll ask Dave to when we first heard A Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste.
Yeah, it definitely has the old school Ministry vibe.
That was I'm sorry, John. Go ahead.
No, it took me right back, as you said, right back to Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. Classic Ministry. Maybe a little more gentle than the Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste, but has the same feel. It's the same soul. Came from it's absolutely the same DNA.
Hard to believe because that song came out when I was that album came out when I was just like a junior or senior in high school. So they've been around for so long. It's amazing that they could put out music like this still. I always said this interesting about this band, and I hate to compare, but they got a lot of Rage Against the Machine. And I think Rage took a lot out of from Ministry when they in their music. That's just my opinion. I think they kind of stole a lot of stuff from Ministry. Rage. I love Rage, but a lot of it's.
That's because Ministry was one of those powerhouse bands that was, even if it wasn't your thing, it was really hard to ignore it because it was such a powerful force in music when it came out.
So Al's always been politically aware. He doesn't shy away from using his platform as a way to be able to get his points across. And, some people are going to hate him. They're going to look at him and go, whatever, dude. Drill, baby, drill, right? And they're going to believe in pipelines and all that stuff. And for those folks, this song's not for you. It's just not.
Yeah.
This song is about taking action. It is about getting involved in democracy. It's getting involved with the world, that we're on the precipice of destruction with global warming, and that oil is at the foundation of that. So again, if you are of the variety that believes that global warming is a hoax, turn the podcast off. You're not going to want to listen to this. But in the end of the day, Al is probably right. If you look at data, you look at everything that's out there, we are warming, and we are seeing trends in our weather patterns. And old man Al is probably correct in what he's preaching, at least from my point of view. And he does so in a way that does make you want to go run through the fucking wall like the Hawaiian Punch, dude, and go, oh yeah.
Yeah. He's dead on. I mean, it's just the price that we pay for to live another day. We're on the outskirts of the biggest catastrophe humanity has ever faced, and our government is doing nothing. It's pretty powerful, man. And I'm not going to lead all the lyrics. I'm a lyrical guy, but man, pull the lyrics and read it and watch the video. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. A message, and musically speaking, again, you guys know me, I'm not the lyrical cat in the room. So going back to the musical side of it, yeah, as soon as the song starts, the only thing that kind of differentiates this current song from their earlier stuff is there is a real clean staccato guitar chord.
Yep.
And I mentioned it earlier, it's just like, and it's a little unexpected because it's a little cleaner than anything I've heard Ministry do before. But aside from that, and it being a little gentler than Ministry of 25, 30 years ago, it is fucking Ministry. So if you like Ministry, my guess is you're probably going to like this. The volume's just turned down a little tiny bit on it.
Did you not hear rage in this song, though, a lot in this particular song? Like, not a knock on,
No. I didn't. I mean, I do, in that it's a politically charged song, and almost everything Rage ever put out is politically charged. So that is a common thread between the two, for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't hear Rage at all in there. Much faster. Yeah. I think that the political part of it is certainly valid, for sure. Mm-hmm. But when you really look at Ministry, they've always been about, taking a kind of a dirty electronic side and mixing it in with some speed and some fast licks. And that's what this is. And for me, it's just awesome. We said this with Metallica, for Metallica to be putting out something this late in the game, Judas Priest to be putting something out this good this late in the game, and for Al to still be here. I mean, it's well known that he's had his addiction problems, and for him to still be here clean and at the top of his game is awesome. It's awesome. And he said that he's going to close up shop here in the next couple years, and this could be the swan song. And if it is, this album is going to be, I think it's going to be awesome based on the first two tracks. Yeah, he said it was June of this year that he put that out, that, he's got maybe an album or two left with Ministry before he closes the books. So it's a sad thought. But
to Derek's point, we had Trevor Phipps on, who we interviewed from Unearth, and he said it, and he's right. We're getting to the point where a lot of these guys who are influenced, bands like this, are just eventually not going to be here anymore. I think he's right when we say we have been spoiled, the three of us, for the music we have had, really. I mean, it's sadly coming to an end. It is.
Trevor Trevor Phipps did say, he wants to be a warrior for metal, and that, he wants to keep his run going for a long time. You look at a guy like Jorgensen, who's been around as long as he has and constantly producing as long as he has. He is a warrior, and I hope that he continues, although it may not be with Ministry. I hope he continues to give us, brutal, crushing stuff.
A couple points on longevity too is, next year I'm going to see Pantera and Metallica in Boston, and I'm turning 50, and so that's what this is about. And I'm gonna
old bastard.
I'm gonna soak that shit up because who knows?
Who knows?
And my son wants to go see Rob Halford and Judas Priest. He's turning 10 this weekend, and so I'm gonna go do that, because the one band that I haven't seen that I've always wanted to is Judas Priest. I've watched hours and hours and hours of video on YouTube.
But did you ever in a million years think you were going to take your son to a Judas Priest show?
No.
When you were in the 80s, who thought of this?
No.
That they'd be around still.
But 40 years later,
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
you know,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
we've
for
had
Curdy,
another
man.
thing coming for a long time, and we also have needed to stop oil for a long fucking time. So
Yeah.
thank you, Al, for calling this out. And who knows, maybe this will start a movement in some capacity. And if it gets younger generations or us old farts to get off our asses and do something about oil,
Think differently.
then great. Yeah, for sure.
And he was kind enough to grace us with that message over the top of more great fucking ministry music. So it's a win on both fronts.
Yeah.
Well, even the visual too. I would encourage everybody to go watch the video. I mean, it's fast. It's if you have ADHD, you will not be bored because it's snap, 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 image, 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 person, 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 and things that will make you want to stop burning oil and go solar and do anything alternative in terms of energy.
Listen to it. Check it out. If you like ministry, you're going to like it. And if you don't know ministry, maybe you'll become a fan.
Sure. And if you think that global warming is a hoax, well, you're going to cry.
You should listen to it too.
Yeah. You should. Maybe you'll open your horizons. Maybe you'll believe that. I don't know. I would tell anybody, go to the NOAA website and look at global warming numbers, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. And if Al pays attention, which he obviously does,
clearly,
data's proof. Data is truth. And so I can't blame him for wanting to, light the world on fire to be heard. And great song and great effort.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Well, that's it. We just wanted to jump on and talk a little bit.
Nice, John. This was good.
We just can't help ourselves.
You can't.
Show them the pythons. Come on, for ministry.
The ministry python.
Yeah.
Oh, almost 50. I'm in love with a malicious intent.
I love that he's the youngest guy in the room.
Yeah.
At almost 50. That's great.
Yeah. I'm the old cow here, man.
You old bastard. I didn't mean to disrespect you by calling Derek an old bastard.
He looks very evil, though. He looks like Satan all the time.
Thank you.
Well, and the half Santa's growing back in.
It's coming back. Yeah, we'll get it back again.
So. John, you look like a choir boy with your long hair. Look like a nice wholesome man.
Yeah.
You would probably like take grandma's groceries out and hold the door for her. Meanwhile, Dave would kick her down, take her food.
John, take us out, will you please?
I hope she's got good groceries. All right, that's it.
There's celery.
We did promise a review of Heart of a Coward, This Place Only Brings Death. That is still forthcoming. We also have a fantastic interview we teased a little bit on Instagram today, Igor Amadeus Cavallada.
You guys are going to love that one.
What a great guy.
Great guy. Kid. He's a kid, John.
Well,
he's a guy, but
he's an old kid. Yeah, he's great guy. So
you're going to love it.
We'll have that up this weekend too, and then Heart of a Coward next week, and then Dave won't tell us what comes after that because it's going to be a surprise. Cagey, sneaky bastard.
A real Sepultura.
Real Sepultura.
Real Sepultura.
All right, fellas, have a great weekend.
Peace.